Morning everyone, my name is Tamanna. I am student of BSc Chemistry Honours 3rd year. Today my topic for visual impaired student is statistical mechanics. Introduction. Need for statistical mechanics. Quantum mechanics deal with the individual atoms and molecules of a system by assigning definite values of the wave functions, eigenfunctions to each of these particles at any instant of time, as these may be changing with time. On the other hand, thermodynamics deals with the properties like internal energy, enthalpy, entropy, free energy, etc. of the matter in the bulk and not with the individual particles. It was therefore realized that by suitable averaging method, it should be possible to calculate the thermodynamic properties of the bulk matter from those of its individual atoms and molecules. This led to the need for the study of new branch of science called as statistical mechanics. It is interesting to mention here that just as the quantum mechanical wave function contains all the information about a particle, similarly in statistical mechanics we introduce a thermodynamic function called partition function, which contains all the thermodynamic information about the system. What is statistical mechanics? As explained above, in the thermodynamics, we deal with the properties such as temperature, pressure, energy, etc. for the whole system called the macroscopic system. The value of any thermodynamic property such as energy depends upon the variables of the system such as temperature, volume and the number of moles. These variables are said to define the state of the system so long as these variables remains unchanged. The value of the thermodynamic property remains the same. In the later part of the 19th century, it was thought that since a macroscopic system is made up of the microscopic atoms and molecules and then find their sum for the whole system and calculate the average value. Thus, calculated value could be compared with the experimentally determined value. The method of averaging the behavior of a large number of individuals is called statistical method. Further, law of mechanics, classical or quantum mechanics, can be applied to the particle of the system. That is why this branch of science is called statistical mechanics. Thus, statistical mechanics is that branch of science which help us to calculate the macroscopic properties of the system from its microscopic properties by using statistical method and using the law of mechanics. Types of statistical mechanics. If laws of classical mechanics are applied, according to which the individual atoms or molecules are supposed to have definite positions and momenta, it is called classical statistical mechanics. If laws of quantum mechanics are applied, according to which the individual atoms or molecules are supposed to have only quantized value of energy, the branch of science is called quantum statistical mechanics. The only classical mechanics is that of Maxwell and Boltzmann, while there are two different quantum statistical mechanics, namely Bose-Einstein statistics and the Fermi-Dirac statistics. To sum up, statistical mechanics, classical statistics, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, quantum statistics, Bose-Einstein statistics, Fermi-Dirac statistics. Another important difference between the classical statistics and the quantum statistics lies in the fact that the former treats the different particles as distinguishable, whereas the latter treats them as indistinguishable. Further, in Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics and Bose-Einstein statistics, any number of particles may occupy the same energy levels, whereas in Fermi-Dirac statistics, only one particle is supposed to occupy a particular energy level. The particles obeying Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics are called Maxwellons or Boltzmannons, whereas those following Bose-Einstein and Fermi-Dirac statistics are respectively called bosons and fermions. Bose-Einstein statistics is applied generally to those systems which have symmetric wave function, that is, wave function whose signs does not change on interchange of the coordinates of any two particles in the system. Systems possessing such wave functions are photons and atoms or molecules whose nuclei contain total even number of protons and neutrons, helium 4, D2, N2, etc. On the other hand, Fermi direct statistics is applied to systems having asymmetric wave functions whose sign changes when the coordinates of any two particles are interchanged. Systems possessing such wave functions are electrons, protons, and atoms or molecules whose nuclei contain total odd number of photons and neutrons. The different important feature of three statistics may be summed up as follows. Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. In this, the laws of classical mechanics are applied, according to which individual atom or molecule have definite position and momentum. Bose-Einstein statistics. In this, the laws of quantum mechanics are applied, according to which individual atoms or molecules having only quantized values of energy. Fermi direct statistics. Like Bose-Einstein statistics, in this also laws of quantum mechanics are applied. Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics treats the different particle as distinguishable. Bose-Einstein statistics treat the different particle as indistinguishable. Fermi direct statistics, like Bose-Einstein statistics, it also treats the particle as indistinguishable. For Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, according to this, any number of particles may occupy the same energy level. Bose-Einstein statistics, like Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, here also any number of particles may occupy the same energy level. Fermi direct statistics, in this case only one particle is supposed to occupy a particular energy level. Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, the particles obeying Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics are called Maxwellons or Boltzmannons. Bose-Einstein statistics apply to those particles which have symmetric wave functions like photons or atoms and molecules having even number of particles in the nucleus. Such particles are called bosons. Fermi direct statistics is applied to those particles which have asymmetric wave functions like electrons, protons or atoms and molecules having odd number of particles in the nucleus. Such particles are fermions. The statistical method. The method of averaging the behavior of a large number of individuals is called a statistical method. When we talk of the statistical average, it is not necessary to know the behavior of any one individual. This is illustrated below with the help of a few examples. The life insurance company calculates the premium for people of different ages on the basis of the statistical average of the life expectancy of a large number of individuals. It, however, cannot foretell the life of any one individual. The price index is calculated on the basis of the statistical average of rise in prices of a large number of essential commodities. The death rate and the birth rate of any country is again a statistical average of a large number of individuals without going into the exact details of the persons born or died in different places of a country. A simple scientific example of statistical average is that of the pressure exerted on the walls of vessel containing a gas at a particular temperature. The different molecules are moving with different velocities and thus hit the walls of the vessel with different force, but still the gas on the whole possesses a particular pressure. Similarly, kinetic energy of a gas at particular temperature is a statistical average of the kinetic energy of the individual molecules. The state of a system. In thermodynamics, the state of a system is completely defined by specifying the various macroscopic properties of the system, such as temperature, pressure, volume, and composition. If any of these properties changed, the system is said to be in different state. These macroscopic properties are therefore called state variables. If these properties are fixed, all other physical properties of the system are automatically fixed. Further, if the system is homogeneous and consists of a single substance, the composition is fixed because it 100%, and hence the state of system depends only upon pressure, volume, and temperature. In actual practice, it is not necessary to specify even these three properties of a simple homogeneous system of definite mass, as these are related to one another. The relationship between them is called the equation of state. For example, the equation of state for an ideal gas is PV is equal to RT, where P is the pressure, V is the volume of 1 mole, T is the absolute temperature, and R is a constant. Thus, out of P, V, and T, if any two are fixed, the third is automatically fixed. Hence, we conclude that the state of simple homogeneous system may be completely defined by specifying only two of the particles out of P, V, and the two variables which are generally varied are pressure and temperature, and these are called independent variables. The third, volume, whose value depends upon the value of pressures and temperature, is called dependent variable. In statistical mechanics, the state of a system is completely described by specifying the state of the individual atoms or molecules. In classical statistics, the state of an individual particle is described by specifying its position coordinates x, y, z and the components of its momentum px, py, pz. In quantum statistics, the state of the individual particle is described by specifying the particular quantum state, energy level to which the particle or a group of particles belongs. Steering formula for n. During the study of statistical mechanics, we usually consider system consisting of very large numbers of particles. If this number is represented by capital N, then as this number is very large, then the calculation of log n factorial is, which occurs quite often, become very laborious. Hence a simple approximation is used for the value of n log n factorial, which is called the Stirling approximation. This is obtained as follows. We know that n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 so on up to 3 to 1. N factorial is equal to 1 into 2 into n minus 2 into n minus 1 into n. Log n factorial is equal to log 1 plus log 2 so on up to log n minus 2 plus log n minus 1 plus log n is equal to summation of limit approaches to m1 to n log m. In this summation, except for the first few terms whose values are small, as m increases and attains large value, the increase in the value of log m for increase in the value of m by unit is very small. Hence, in the above summation, log m can be approximately treated as continuous so that it gives the area under the curve from m is equal to 1 to m is equal to n obtained by plotting log m versus m. This in turn is equal to the integration of log x dx between the limit x is equal to 1 to x is equal to. Hence, equation second can be approximated to log n factorial is equal to limit x up is equal to 1 to x and log x dx. The integral on the right hand side can be solved by integration by parts. Thus log n factorial is equal to x log x 1 approaches to n minus in limit 1 to n x into 1 by x dx is equal to n log n minus n. Hence for large value of n log n factorial is equal to n log n minus n. This is called Stirling formula for large values of n. Ensembles. As already mentioned, statistical mechanics deals with the averaging processes. This averaging is conveniently carried out by introducing the concept of ensembles. As briefly described below, the need for introducing this concept arises from the fact that the calculation of thermodynamic property ESHP etc. is based upon the states of the individual molecules, which however are changing with time because of the intermolecular collisions, and the calculation of average over time for such a large number of molecules is impossible. Moreover, it is not possible to know the state of each and every individual molecule. To overcome this problem, instead of considering a single system, a large number of systems are considered, which are exactly identical with the system under consideration in a number of aspects such as total volume, total number of molecule, total energy. A collection of such a large number of systems which are identical with the system under consideration in a number of aspects such as total volume, total number of molecule, etc. is called an ensemble of system. They may however differ in some thermodynamic properties such as energy, etc. Depending upon the thermodynamic variables kept constants, the ensembles are of many different kinds. The two most common are as follows. Microcanonical ensemble. If the original system is an isolated one having volume V, total number of molecules N and energy E within an extremely narrow range, then we can have an ensemble of n such system, each number system having the same value of n, v and e. This ensemble is shown systematically in figure 7.1. It can be set up by imagining rigid impermeable walls separating the system so that neither energy nor material particle can flow from one system to the other. Thus, each system in this ensemble is like the isolated system in the thermodynamic sense. Such an ensemble of the system in which each member has the same value of n, v and e is called a microcanonical ensemble. In the microcanonical ensemble shown in figure 7.1, there are n is equal to 36 members. However, in statistical mechanics, we consider a very large number for n, and in a number of calculation, we take the limit n approaches to infinity. Figure 7.1 systematic representation of microcanonical ensemble of n system, each with the same values of n, v, and e. Canonical ensemble. If all the member system of an ensemble have the same value for n, v, and t, then it is called a canonical ensemble. It can be set up by imagining rigid but conducting walls, separating the different systems through which energy can pass but not the material particles. Thus, each system in this ensemble is like a closed system in the thermodynamic sense. Such an ensemble is shown systematically in figure 7.2a. Due to the conducting walls, when the equilibrium is attained, each member of the ensemble has the same temperature T but may not have the same energy E. Hence, diagrammatically, a canonical ensemble may also be represented as shown in figure 7.2b. Canonical ensemble is the most commonly used ensemble in statistical mechanics. A third type of ensemble called grand canonical ensemble, used in more advanced calculations, was also introduced by Gibbs. In this ensemble, each system is an open system, hence the matter can flow between the system and the composition of each one may fluctuate. Consequently, the number of molecules in different system is not same. However, V, T, and mu chemical potential for each component is same for each member of the ensemble. Thus, the main feature of the three different type of ensembles may be summed up as follows. Type of ensembles. Properties same for each system. Microcanonical NVE, canonical NVT, grand canonical mu V and T. So this is about statistical mechanics and important topic of statistical mechanics. Thank you.